along with my very special guest here in the studio, Ray Cummins. And we were kind of chatting a little bit off air. I only have 50,000 things I have to do. As soon as I stop talking live, I have to do all this other stuff. No, but I'm just kidding. But anyway, Ray and I were talking about James Burton earlier and all of the great stuff. I have a CD, no, not a CD, but I have a cut that I recorded of Vince Gill and James Burton and about 4 other of the world's phenomenal guitar player, rock and roll or country guitar players, you know. Not taking you out of that context at all, but I'm just saying, you know, and Vince Gill just talked and talked and talked about James Burton.
Yeah. James was so great. There was I think it's on YouTube, when Ralph Emery had his show, toward the end he moved to the Opryland Hotel, and they had it there, and one day they had James Burton and Chet and Albert Lee, and
Albert Lee's one of them that was on with Vince Gill, yeah.
Albert Lee, yeah. And Chet started out, I Got a Woman. I played that at Bobby Mackey's that night.
Yeah.
And Chet, and then James and Albert all took solos, so that was a great show, having all 3 of them together, you know.
Oh yeah. Who else would you put in the Guitar Hall of Fame as far as guitar players, actually really great guitar players? Not that other people are not, but I'm just saying.
Well, there's you know, in this day and age, with when I learned, I just had a record player and no videos or anything, and so there's so many people coming up these days learning off of YouTube. And when I tell a lot of young people, when I do guitar clinics, they'll say, how did you learn to play, Mr. Cummins? I said I listened, took the needle and played the records and slow it down. They said, what's a record player? I said, well, there's no CDs back then. But yeah, the 45s, and if you slowed it, I remember if you slowed the 33 down to 16, it was still in tune, like real slow, you know. But there's so many players, it's hard to choose from, you know. Who else would be so many great players out there?
Okay, I understand. What about the guitar player for Dire Straits?
Yeah, Mark Knopfler. In fact, him and Chet, they did an album together.
Yeah.
Mark
Knopfler. Yeah.
And he follows my videos on vintage guitar. But Mark, I think I don't know how many millions of albums he sold, and he always wanted to make an album with Chet, and then Chet knew that would boost his following too. So I think Mark did about half the album over there in England, and then they did the other half in Nashville. But yeah, he does Dire Straits, all of them. Yeah, he's a great player.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Let's get back to your Christmas album here that we have today. And what would you like to play for everybody coming up?
Well, I was just looking here. We could do this for Elvis, number 4, Blue Christmas. You've sung that many times, I'm sure.
I'm sure. A few times, yeah. Probably was flat most of the time.
This is number 4.
I got it. I got it ready to go here. All right, you're tuned in to Drive Time with Classics of Country. You having a good time over there, Ray?
Having a good time, yeah.
Yeah, he's having a great time. All right, checks in the mail. great version of Blue Christmas. Been recorded by so many people that I can't even come up with enough names for, but of course the one that comes to mind naturally is Elvis. It's 29 minutes past the hour on Drive Time with Classics of Country Monday edition. Yours truly, the legend, with you up until 8 o'clock tonight. Ray, what do you got?
Well, I'm going to be playing near here this coming Friday. See, I play a lot of fine art shows, colleges, but I do a lot of churches too. I do like an hour concert, and so my friend Dan Cook, Pastor Dan Cook, I haven't seen him. Well, I met Dan back in the 90s, and he invited me to Mount Holly Christian Chapel. It's over on 2141 East Ohio Pike, Amelia. That's this coming Friday at 7. I think they're having it's like a Friday night they have every week, and they have some food. I think he said they're having beans and cornbread. And but I'm going to do a little concert there from 7 to 8, some Christmas songs and a little bit of everything. Orange Blossom Special. It's not really a service. They're going to just have some, like I said, some food and their Friday night acoustic. They call it jam.
Okay.
I really appreciate Pastor Dan Cook for inviting me out there. I look forward to seeing him. I haven't seen him for a long time.
Well, that's great, man. I mean, anytime you can get out in front of the public, as you well know, because you're used to being in front of the public. So, hey, go out there and pick and sing and whatever you want to do,
Oh, yeah. I'm used to doing many concerts a year, but we had this COVID thing last year, and
we did.
A lot of people we're just now getting back to.
I don't know. There might be another one going to shut down the world coming.
Oh, no, I hope not.
I'm telling you, Well, I don't want to get into politics because then I won't have a radio show. And that's fact, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, stay right with us. We'll be right back with my guest Ray Cummins on Drive Time with Classics of Country on WOBO 88.7 FM right here in Batavia, Ohio.